New year, new start, and stretching.
New body.
So, lift and roll your shoulders. Lift your feet and just reset your feet down one at a time so that they're spread out. And breathing in, raise the right arm, stretch it up. Breathe out, turn your head to the left. Stay here for an in and an out breath. And then bring the head back to the centre, and on your next out breath, lower your right arm. Lift and roll the right shoulder. Breathing in, raise the left arm, stretch it up. Breathe out, turn your head to the right. Stay here for an in and an out breath. Breathe in, come back to the centre when you're ready, and breathing out, lower your left arm. Lift and roll the shoulders. Breathe in, raise both arms, stretch up, clasp and reverse. Breathing out to the left. Breathe in, come to the centre, stretch up. Breathe out to the right. Breathe in, come to the centre and stretch up. Just lift your heels and test the balance. Well done. Lower the heels and just turn to the left. Come back to the centre and turn to the right. And come back to the centre. And then lower the hands to shoulder height. Bend the elbows if you're stiff. Turn the head to look to the left. Turn the head to look to the right. Lower the arms. Lift and roll the shoulders. Hands on the waist. Bend the knees. Engaging the lower abdominal muscles. Breathing in. Coming up to the centre. Standing up. Drop your hands. Slide them down your legs to your shins. Half lift, lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head. Breathing out, bend the knees, bend the elbows, curling. Breathing in, half lift. And stay here as you breathe out. Breathing in, press the feet down and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Lift and roll the shoulders and clasp your hands behind you. Aim the knuckles to the ground. Opening the chest. You can bring your hands a little bit away from your bottom if that's available to you. Turn to the left. Come to the centre. And turn to the right. And then come to the centre. Just release the hands. Just circle one way and circle the other way. Shake out. And then either clasp your wrists, your elbows, or clasp hands behind you in prayer. Elbows out, if you can. Turn to the left. Come to the centre. Turn to the right. Come to the centre. Release the hands, just shake them out. And then just circle the wrists up, stretch, and then circle the wrists down. Lift and roll. And then just do this with your hands. Stretch, just connect them, and then just go from side to side. Come to the centre, and then just release, roll your shoulders. Lift the hands up and clasp your elbows, feet comfortably apart, and just again sway from side to side. Stretching out after all that sitting. And come when you're ready to the centre and lower your hands. Lift, roll shoulders. And again, we start again with slight variations. Circle the hands up, clasp, reverse. Stretch up. This time perhaps look up if your neck will allow you. Bring your head to the centre. Lateral stretch. To one side, left side maybe. Intercostal muscles are stretching out for the lung capacity. Come to the centre, stretch up, and then to the other side, the right side. Stretch up, turn, you can static or balance. Come to the centre, and turn, static, balance. Come to the centre. Lower the hands, bend the knees, slide the hands down the back of the legs. And you can stay here if you're feeling particularly energetic, and you can widen your feet and come to a squat. That is optional because it's harder. And then come to straighten your legs and hold behind your calves. Just curl in. And then slide your hands to the front of the shins, half lift. Breathing out, soften, bending in. Again, half lift. And stay here as you breathe out. And then soften your knees, press your feet down as you roll up to standing. This very familiar flying, which moves all the joints. So it's at the change of the season, particularly in this damp, cold weather, that the joints can get impacted. And so this is a very nice way to move everything and to free everything up. Because of course yesterday with Joss being so compromised with her, she came online, we couldn't do weight bearing. But
Has she had an operation?
No, she hasn't had an operation, but she has been very static to avoid an operation.
She couldn't put any weight on it at all for like
On
weeks
her-
and weeks and weeks on her leg.
Her leg.
She's fractured the top of her tibia.
Oh,
Oh, didn't she?
No, it happens.
Oh, right, and then just
happens. Was it
Beginning in December, wasn't it? It's been
Uh,
about 6 weeks, isn't it, so far?
Yes.
She says 9 weeks before
Which
she
is
should
should be?
Huh?
Which is
top of the bottom
Left.
top of the
So, I know. Standing on a step ladder, putting up some curtains, and the length of the curtains caught as she leaned across. It caught, apparently, according to Terry, and then she just fell off. Just raise your left arm, right hand, and just stretch out. These are our backs really tight. Just stretch out under the arm, and you're going into your upper lymph here. And then just release. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then raise the other arm and just stretch. Just feel that underneath there. And then just release. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then just sway from side to side.
Is she on crutches or?
Crutches and a brace of some sort.
Yeah, it's not a sort of, it's a brace that they set so that she could only move it slightly slot off it, and then they gradually release it so she can move it more and more.
Oh, right, behind.
But she still can't put any weight on it. So.
Oh, God.
And I think she's another 2-3 weeks, that's like 9 weeks.
It's a long time.
That's a
The
long time.
The hospital put the appointment back from the 17th of January to the 23rd.
Oh.
To the 31st.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry, of the month. And just lift and roll the shoulders. And then It's walking but balance. So just, you can have your arms out as much as you need to. Balance, very key. One foot in front of the other. I can't put my foot straight, I have to put it to the side.
But can I?
It's quite hard.
The idea is to lift your chest, but I tend to sort of go down. Anyway, balance is a mind thing, and it's something we need to practice as we get older. So I think they say start with the heel to the front toe to get the foot clearly on the ground, and the other one. Yeah, mine's not good.
It's really hard, isn't it?
It's just a little different balance, a reminder, and then just release. So we're going to come to your wish for downward dog. I know Sue doesn't do them. And I'm just going to, hopefully you're familiar enough just to work through it. Breathing in, arms up, stretch up, palms together. Come through the centre, bend the knees, hands to the ground. Step or slide your right foot back, stretch out your right leg, tummy in. Step or slide your left foot back, you're in plank. Straight line, heels up. Immediately drop your knees to the ground and stretch your bottom back towards your heels. We'll do each one slightly differently. And then come to kneeling. Some cat-cows. So dipping and then rounding your back as you breathe out. Dipping your back. And mobilising your back very safely here. I've got my feet flat. You can have your feet tucked under, which stabilises the spine. And then you can have breathing in, tucking your feet under, and breathing out, flattening your feet. So there are foot options. And the next time you round your back, you can either come to child's pose, stretching out your back, or tummy in, coming to downward dog. Bend your knees, lengthen your back first, and then begin to lengthen your legs and feel that you could step your feet slightly forward and widen them if you need to. And then walk the dog by bending one knee and then bending the other. Stretch both legs, tummy in, perineum engages. And then walk your feet to your hands to your feet, so you can start to come up, soften your knees, and rolling up to standing. Hands up, look up if you're able to, and then just lower your hands. Lift and roll your shoulders as we come to the left side. Clasp your hands behind you, opening the shoulders, lifting up at the chest bone, uplifting for the mood. Bringing your head upright, slide the hands down the backs of the legs to the floor. And stepping or sliding your left foot back, stretching it. Tummy in, perineum engages, plank with the right foot. Stretch both legs, both knees to the ground, and bottom goes down towards the heels, stretching out. You can just lift your right, almost sway from side to side. Just lifting one side and lifting the other. Coming back to all fours. Again, cat-cow, dipping the back and rounding. neutral. And then threading the needle, sliding your right hand behind your left. And coming to rest your right side of the head and the right shoulder on the floor, just stretching out the right shoulder. You can stay here. If you want to go to the next stage, slide your left leg back, tucking the left toes under. But that's an option. And then lowering your left knee if you have slid it back, and coming back up to all fours. A cat-cow again. And then sliding your left arm, palm up, coming onto your left shoulder, left side of the head. Stretching out the left side. Option to slide your right leg back, stretching out the right leg and stretching under the right toes. Lower the right knee to the ground and slide your left hand back so that you're on all fours. Now then either come bottom to heels or tuck your toes once more into your downward dog. Walk the dog. And this time, just bring your left foot slightly forward. This is optional. Lift up your right leg, extend your right heel, and then bend your right leg at the right knee, so that you're almost like a three-legged dog, looking under slightly your right shoulder, onto the right arm, and then lower the right leg. Walk the dog again, before you bring your right foot slightly forward and lift your left leg. Your right heel might come off the ground, stretch it, and then bend it at the right. Bend it at the knee. And then just lower the left leg. And walk your feet to your hands to your feet. You did ask for
Sketch.
a stretch.
I'm huffing and puffing and I didn't even do it. I didn't do it.
And then just raise the arms, thumbs together. Have you had enough stretching? Would you like to do it more? Just slide from side to side.
I made the most noise and I did the least.
And just lower the arms. Lift and roll the shoulders. So the next salute to the sun, I'm going to speed it up slightly. One movement per breath. Join in or linger, or don't join in. So hands together at the heart centre. So we'll do one round, that's right side and left side, and then we'll come to the floor. Circling the arms up, through the centre, bend the knees. Step right foot back, left foot back, straight line, bend the knees to the ground. And then come to lie on your tummy, but in Sphinx, so that your elbows are on the ground and you're lifting up the lower back. Widen the elbows to lower the head to the floor. And then breathing in, come to bring the elbows in, slide the hands back to your chest, elbows in. Press down with the hands, tuck the toes under, come to downward dog, walk the dog, bend the knees to the ground, hands to the left, right foot up, tummy in, as you kneel up, hands up, look up, head to the centre, lower the hands, Open the palms, look up, bring your head to centre, tummy in as you bring your hands to either side of your right foot. Tuck your left toes, tummy in, lift up and step or slide your left foot to your right, hands onto the shins, half lift. Breathing out, tuck in, half lift again. Stay here as you breathe out. And then softening the knees, press the feet down and roll up to standing. Hands up. Circle the wrists down. Palms together. Soften the knees. Hands up. Come through the centre, bend the knees. Hands to the ground. Step back. Left foot, right foot, tummy in, perineum engages, knees to the floor, come to line. In Sphinx. Press the elbows down, half lift as you breathe in. Breathe out as you lower your head. Hands to the chest, elbows in. Come to kneeling, tuck your toes, come to downward dog. Walk the dog. Bend the knees to ground. Hands go to the right, left foot comes up, tummy in, arms up, look up, head upright, coming to bring the hands to the floor. Oh, sorry, just open the palms. Then hands to the floor, tuck the toes, tummy in, lift up. Right foot to left foot, hands on the shins, half lift. Breathing out. Half lift. Stay here as you breathe out. And then roll up to standing. Circle the arms up. And circle the wrists down. Lift to roll your shoulders and then come to being on the floor, on your back. Knees bent. Right. Perfect. Line with the back.
Oh, okay.
Didn't say that, didn't say that. So, just take a moment to gather your breath. Have your hands on your abdomen. And just notice your breath. Your tummy expands slightly on the in-breath and contracts slightly on the out-breath. And then leaving your right foot where it is, hug your left knee into your chest. And then optionally make little circles with your left knee. They can be small or larger circles, moving the left leg in left hip socket. And you can stick with this circling or decide to go in the opposite direction. Drop your hands to underneath your left thigh, giving support. You can clasp your hands and then very gently lift your left leg up to the ceiling and extend your left heel. Feel the stretch at the back of the left leg. then point your toes, your left toes, and extend the heel again. And then begin to circle the left ankle. And then circle the left ankle in the opposite direction. If you want to exercise the abdominal muscles, start to walk the hands up the back of the left leg. And you can either use your hand, one hand, and perhaps your left hand to support under your head and neck to lift up towards your left leg. Or if you really want to go for it and you haven't got a problem with your neck, have both hands on your leg and lift up, your choice. And then just slide your hands down as you bring your head back to the ground. Bend the left knee, hugging it into the chest again. And supporting the left leg, place the left foot back on the ground. Hands, palms down on the floor. And just very gently sway both knees from side to side. So this is a rotation, it's a movement of the back, but it's one of the safest rotations you can do. The back needs to move in 5 directions for optimal back health. This is one of them. But you're also massaging the top of your bottom. And the more you let your knees drop to the side, the greater the massage. You're lifting the hips off the ground as you go from side to side. Then coming back to the centre, hug your right knee to your chest. And then optionally, you can start to circle the right knee in one direction, those circles being small or large. You're just disturbing or moving the leg in the hip joint fully, and that is very helpful for arthritis, which can translate to toxins depositing through the blood and forming calcium type spurs and at the worst case scenario, that it can slug up the joint. And this stops that happening. And then just very gently circle the knee in the opposite direction. Quite often in sport, you're moving the leg, but you're not moving it through its full rotational aspect. So you can overuse the leg, being very energetic, but not actually help it for arthritis. And very gently drop your hands to underneath your right thigh, clasping them, and begin to extend the right leg up to the ceiling and extend the right heel. And just feel that stretch at the back of the right leg. This also activates the muscle running along the inside of the leg. And often this can be a bit lazy, not working. You need muscles both on the outside and the inside of your leg to work, to support your leg fully. Otherwise it's a knock-on effect all the way up the spine. And then just point and flex your right heel a few times, beginning to activate the circulation in the body, waking up the feet as well, which is very important for our balance, that the blood flows through to the feet properly. And as we get older, that blood flow can sometimes not go to the extremities quite so well. Begin to circle your ankle. And that's when you get people hobbling along. And begin to circle the ankle in the other way. If you think that being immobile for 5 or 6 weeks with a broken bone, just how stagnant, how much that can impact your movement. So these things can happen very quickly. And then just begin to walk your hands up the back of the right leg, bringing the right leg towards you. And then choose whether you want to use your right hand to support you onto the head and the neck, to lift your head, engage your lower abdominal muscles, or whether you feel strong enough in your neck to hold your leg with both hands and lift up. And then either way, just release the head back down to the ground. Slide the fingers down the back of the leg and hug the right knee into the chest. Hug the left knee into the chest so that both knees are hugged into the chest. And just rock from side to side. You can rock right over so that you're almost on the backs of your upper arms and rolling your back of your head, or you can move a little bit so it's just a tiny rock. Even hugging your knees into your chest, if you're going to be super fitness aware, you would bring your tummy in a little bit, about 10 or 20% of your capacity to your spine, and you would engage your perineum. But it's easy just to not worry about that. But that's if you want an abdominal focus, a core focus. And then come into the centre, knees are hugged in. Just circle both knees so that you're focusing your attention and all the weight goes to just around the base of the spine. So again, you're giving your lower back just below that massage, and then circle your knees in the other direction. And then hugging the knees into the chest as you breathe in. Raise your left leg, extend your left heel, and your left arm goes up and behind you. You can bend at the elbow if that's good, or just stretch the left arm out. And then breathing out, hug the left knee into the chest once more. Just slightly rock from side to side. And then breathing in, extend the right leg and extend the right arm back, stretching. And then breathing out in your own time, hug the right knee back into the chest. And just slightly rock from side to side. And then perhaps supporting the right leg by placing your hand under the thigh. Place your right foot on the ground. And then hug the left knee into your chest with both hands. And in your own breath pattern, hug the left knee into the chest. And as you breathe in, let the left knee extend to arm's length. And just carry on doing this for a few movements. It's one of the remedial movements in lower back health that's taught out in India in the Chennai, in the Krishnamacharya Foundation, and their doctor teaches this as part of remedial. It's not just for lower back, it's for soothing the mind and the body as well, very pain relieving. And then hug the left knee into the chest. hug the right knee into the chest, and then supporting the left knee, place the left foot on the floor. That's supporting underneath the left leg. And now do the same on the right side to your own breath pattern. Hugging the right knee into the chest, let the left knee join it, both knees hugged in. And then do the same with both knees. Both knees hug in, both knees drift away to arm's length. And if you want a core focus again, you will let the tummy do the hugging in, and just the fingertips will be on the knees. So you increase the abdominal work. If you want a comforting hugging of the knees in, then just hug your knees in. But as I said, if you want an abdominal focus, you turn your fingers so that the fingertips are pointing down, and the fingertips are barely on your knees, and the tummy is doing the work, and your perineum is engaging slightly. It's a harder version, but it's more, has more of a core focus. Classically in yoga, that's the way you're supposed to do it. The core is supposed to be really engaged at all times, but it's very easy to forget that. And then just hugging the knees into the chest. And this is a freestyle. You might want to rock from side to side. You might want to carry on hugging the knees into the chest. Let them go to arm's length. Or you might want to circle your knees together in one direction and then the other. Just do whatever feels right for you, and you might want a combination of movement. And then, very gently, we're going to come to a seated position, so roll over onto the side and come to, however you want to, a seated position with your legs out rather than tucked in. Just balance your legs when you're ready. Rub your legs, your dry skin kind of massage. Wherever it feels sore or tender, you can go up here and tap, whatever works for you. And then just slide the hands, just lead with the chest and just come slightly forward. Toes are slightly up to the ceiling. You're a very gentle forward bend. Calming with the nervous system. There are a few iconic poses of yoga, and one of them is that if you did nothing else, that a forward bend is helpful on quite a few levels. So you're stretching your vertebrae a little bit, you're calming for the nervous system, you're deactivating the inflammation response because your vagus nerve is being activated. You're increasing, normally our breath doesn't go into the back, so it's a way of increasing breath into the body. We don't normally do that. It really has a lot of plus points. And then just very, very gently slide the hands back up. You might want to have your legs out, you might want to come to sitting in a cross-legged position, so just be comfortable. And then just bring the hands to the heart, either in Namaste or hands like this. And have a thought for the day. It can be a wish for yourself, it can be setting the intention for the day, it can be sending love to somebody you think needs it. Because it's said that if we genuinely wish others well and wish others success, that karma-wise comes back to us. So just have your thought for the day.